So we're going to be making this. This is a sign from Personalize It by Pam. We love Personalize It by Pam. Isn't this cute? Look at the colors in that. And you see? So I thought it would be really fun to pull out the pink, the blue, and the purple. So that's what we're doing. And we are going to be using lots of mesh because we can. Alright, so I cut 30 inches on a turquoise, 30 inches of the pink, and then we're going to do curls with the purple. So I'm just going to cut this one in half. So 10 inches on the purple, okay, 10 inches on the purple curls, and 30 inches on the ruffles. I'm good, how are you? Alright, we have a blue base. And let me show you the ribbons. And look at how they match the sign. So we have this one. This one's going to go in every single tie. And we're going to have pink with white polka dots and the other. And look at that. Don't you love that? It's pink and turquoise and purple. Yep, that's why we're doing it. I told Pam when I saw this sign I have to have it. So I was very glad she sent it to me because I had exactly in mind what I was going to do with it. Do y'all ever see a sign and you think, I know exactly what I'm going to do with that? Well, that's what I was thinking. All right. Oh, and someone asked me to go ahead and list the new wreath kit, so I did. Just to let you know, it's this one. So it was listed a little bit ago. It's the Born to be Free gnome. Little gnomey guy. Alright. So we're going to do, we'll set him up here. We're going to do ruffles, and then we're going to do 2 curls in each tie and the ribbons on top of that. So we will open up. How are y'all doing today? Y'all doing okay? Okay, and we will be doing, I think we're going to do the flip-flop kit on Friday. So, for those of you who have asked about it, I was thinking about doing it Friday. Okay, because everyone should have it by then. Okay, so we're just going to ruffle right up the center. Remember, if you're struggling, not that, put something heavy on the end. And the closer you get to the inner part of the roll of mesh, the curlier it gets. So, there we go. We're going to alternate. Okay. So, put this on. Alright. Okay. We'll do the pink. We're going to work on 2 at a time. That way, we don't have to go back around so many times. Okay. So straight up the center with the ruffle. You're just walking your fingers up the mesh to make your bow tie. It will be, well, I don't know. I have to talk to Owl and see if she's available Friday. I have not talked to her about that yet. It will probably be like 8 or 9 o'clock, my normal time. Alright, so when you have mesh towards the end and it's real curly, don't waste your effort in recurling it. Just let it do its thing. Now, if it's poking out everywhere, yeah, recurl it. But if it looks pretty good, I'd say call it done. Alright. So, I'm going to take, let's start Let's start with this one. So I'm going to take this. These are cut at 12 inches. Alright, so pinch in the middle. Okay. Then I'm just going to grab these two, pinch them, and I'm going to put the ribbon on top of it, and then we're going to put it right down in the wreath like this. We'll kind of pull our little curls up and pull our ribbons out. Just like that. So we can go ahead, cut these, because we're not going to need them. Tuck them under. Alright, so there's a couple ways that you can do this. So once you curl them up, they're pretty much going to stay that way. If they start to uncurl, you can put them in your Bodabra. You can put them in your hand like this. Okay, pinch, pull the sides, stick it on top, pinch the whole thing together, and in it goes. And then we tie it off a good 3 times, clip it off, and then we can arrange. So I like to kind of have my curls kind of up towards the top, and my ribbons kind of towards the bottom. Okay, so you can see how it looks. See how cute it is adding in that little color? If you do it this way, this is going to save you lots of time. So are you open Friday, Owl? I guess I should ask you now. Yay! You got your flip-flop kit. Yay! Oh, so the blueberry and the ladybug came in. And so we're going to start packing it this weekend. Well, we'll probably start packing it like tomorrow, but it takes several days to get a kit packed. So you are. Okay, awesome. Are you available at 9? We could just do our normal time. Okay, so put this one in. I love these colors together. Actually, turquoise and purple are my favorite colors. Pink is not my favorite color, but I do like this color combination. Alright, so we take mesh, just roll it. So all you're doing is rolling it like, you know, like an egg roll. Try not to get the little pieces that stick out like the cannoli. If you get them, just clip it off. Don't stress about it. Okay. Fold this in half. Hold on, I see my Bodabra. I'll show you that way too. Okay. You pinch the whole thing together and you place it down in. So I like to try to go in and out as least times as possible. And there's a few reasons for that. One is mesh is going to fray the more you mess with it. So the less times you're in there touching it, the better. Also, it saves you lots of time. Like this. You see how this curl already looks good? Well, I'm not going to touch it. I will do this one because it's just a hot mess, see? But if they look good, I'm not going to redo them. That just wastes time. Isn't that right, buddy? Carson's walking down the hall. They're too big now. They won't come in and talk. Okay. So So then we just pull it out, put it down together. I always do at least 3 good times, and then you want to tuck that under. There we go. How cute is that? It's cute. Okay. You could also do purple, turquoise, and pink alternating, but I really wanted all 3 colors in here without having to do the alternating. So that's why we're doing it this way. Good night, honey. Can't believe it. He's not even coming in to pick up the puppy. I just give him a hard time. So how many of you have your spouses or significant others home with you? It's definitely different. Me too, I love the ribbons. That's why I wanted all of the colors together, because of these ribbons. Y'all know I love anything with purple. Purple is my jam. Ever since I was a little girl. Everything in my room was purple. Except my carpet. It was pink, and that was just because they didn't have purple carpet. So, we had to go with pink. Okay. Alright, so I have a whole bunch cut here. Just grab a couple. See, they naturally want to curl anyways. So the curl, I think, is one of the easiest things to do, is to make the curl. Alright, you see that right there? That's what I call cannoli. I just take my scissors, I clip it off. You can't tell. I'm not going to waste my time trying to fix it. I'm just going to clip it and keep going. Oh no, I'm so sorry your husband passed away. That's a totally different situation. I'm so sorry. I would be totally heartbroken if my husband passed. Okay. There we go. Okay. So, when you're doing something like this, I used an entire roll of the purple because there are 18 ties on here. I wanted 2 in each tie, which means I wanted to cut 36. There is exactly 36 10-inch cuts in one roll, one 10-yard roll. So that's why I picked 2 for each. And this mesh is very pretty, but it's very thin. Can you see? So I really wouldn't want to do a whole ruffle with it because it's a little bit thinner, but it's perfect for a curl. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. Wow, my parents have been married, let's see, they've been married 60, how many years, Mama? 64, 65? No, it's more than that. 66 years. They've been married 66 years. Can you believe that? They met in high school, and they've been together ever since. second one. Move this back here. There we go. Ooh, I can tell already this is going to be my favorite. It's the ribbons. It is the ribbons. The ribbons are just gorgeous. Sometimes I design things around a sign. Sometimes I design them around a ribbon. When I saw this sign, I knew it would look perfect with the ribbon I had. So, yep, I had to have it. Okay. All right. The ribbons came from Sims Pottery, which means they should have it at Trendy Tree, the Wreath Shop. I don't know if Deco Exchange has them or not. I'd say Craft Outlet, but I believe that they are closed. I'd go to Trendy Tree myself. I can give you the number for this one, because I have it. I don't know if there was a number on the other one. Okay. So remember, you can use your Bodabra. Put them down in there while you get your ribbons ready. There we go. Pull it out. It will have pinched it for you already because it was holding it in the center. So if your hands hurt or you have trouble with your hands, I'd use the Bodabra. Or your bow makers. They do the same, they can serve the same function. Okay. Right there. Alright. So if you want the number, it's R4840-C2. I'll have to go back and put it in the description. Okay. But you should be able to look that up at Trendy Tree. Okay. This will be the last one on the bottom. You see how the ribbons just tie it all in together? I love that. And I used the entire roll of this one. Well, and that's probably because I didn't have a full roll to begin with. So that was a big part of why. But I really, really wanted that one to be in every tie because it really holds it all together. Really ties it together. Okay. So when you do your curls, you don't have to make them super tight. You just want them to be curled. I don't like mine super tight because then they don't really, I don't know. I just think they look a little better if they're somewhat loose. I mean, not hugely loose, but somewhat. You see what my bow dabber's doing? Yeah, it does that. My little piece that holds it in keeps falling out. Okay. It's this little piece. It doesn't like to stay in. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't like to. Okay. There we go. There's one of those little pieces. Let's cut it off. Okay. About like that. That's about like the way I like them. Whoa. They were just going to take off on me. So, I'll tell you this funny thing. We were in my design group the other day, and we were laughing about how many times I dropped things off of the table. It became a big topic of conversation, how I'm always dropping stuff off the table. Because, yep, that's what I do. I'm a little klutzy, that's okay. Alright, so now we're going to start on the top. Let me show you what the bottom looks like. So you see, you can see all of those colors. Okay. So I like to go ahead and open the ties so I'm not trying to open them while I'm placing something in it. Okay. Okay. Alright, now we can start on the top. Okay. We don't really need those. Okay, so we're going to do the exact same thing on the top. So we're going to alternate the turquoise and the pink and put the purple curls in it. I love using something heavy when I'm doing my ruffles because these things get so curly and they want to curl up while you're trying to ruffle. So if you put something heavy on it, it just really helps you get more control. So if you're struggling keeping it face down, put something heavy on it and that will fix it. Ooh, 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 I love these colors. There we go. Okay. Alright, got those two. See how pretty those are? They have that little sparkly stuff in them. I love it. There we go. Alright, there's our curls. we can, here, let's do them this way. I'm gonna crisscross the ribbons. There we go. See how this one is very thin, so it has a tendency to fray a little bit. So I just tuck that little fray part right under, and then we have a little hanger outer. So that's a good thing with curls. So if you have mesh that has a tendency to fray, it works really well with curls because you can't really tell once you get it curled. Oh, happy birthday, Karen. Okay. Sorry, that mesh was a little frayish, so we had to fix that. Okay, let's get those curls. So on the top, I'm kind of spreading the curls a little bit because of the way I'm doing the ribbons. See? Okay. Alrighty. Right at the center. It's encroaching a little bit. There we go. Make sure you're curling it and that you're not squashing the ones on the bottom. So you always want to make sure you need to pull them out a little because they'll tend to squash that bottom one. Okay. And that's because you're layering it. So you always have to go back and kind of beef up the bottom layer. So. Okay. Okay. You know, it's been forever since I did a whole wreath with curls. We'll have to do one of those. I haven't done one in forever. We need to do another one of those. Using our bundles. I haven't done bundles in a while. Okay. Get our ribbons out. Okay, 2 more. I tell you, I will be so glad when they open up hair salons. I need to get my hair done. It's about to drive me crazy. My sister and her daughter, my niece, they're, my sister's like 12 years older than me, so her daughter is like, what is she, just like right at 30? So she's down there with my sister because she lived in New York, so she left and went to live with my sister for a while. And they were going to do each other's hair. And haven't talked to them since they were going to do that. But really wondering just how that turned out. Because I would be terrified to try to do in my hair. I would be afraid I would come out like green or something. I probably would, knowing me. Yeah. I'm a CPA. I can make wreaths. But painting, not one of my talents. Cutting hair, also not one of my talents. Or coloring hair, I guess I should say. Especially not if you're blending in. Definitely not good. Okay. Oh, and my boys need haircuts. Oh my gosh. Their hair. We're all looking like Shaggy DA. There we go. We'll spread these two out. That. Get our purple. See, don't you love that? You see how it has all that sparkle in it? Woo, so pretty. Yeah, Owl is needs to have some eye work done, so she isn't seeing colors real well right now. So if you have a color question, just wait till the end and I will answer your question. Okay. There we go. Okay. Woo, this is pretty. I just love these colors. I love it, I love it. Oh my gosh, see, that's why I don't do my hair. Okay. This little wire came poking out. Okay. See, when you ruffle them up against each other, that's what helps keep this up and not kind of leaning over. That's why I do that ruffle up. See, there I go. Dropping stuff. Okay. There we go. I didn't even look to see if Pam was on here today. I meant to text her before I came on and I got sidetracked. Okay. So y'all, this is really pretty. You could make one like this and not even put a sign in it. Or you could just put a bow in it, or you could put a sign and a bow. Lots of options. I, of course, love to put the sign. It's one of my favorite things. So see how we have exactly the right amount? Because there are 36 inches. Well, there's 360 inches in a 10-yard roll. So that means you can get 36 10 yards. Oh, Pam is here. Okay, cool. See, Pam, I told you I had to have that sign. This sign is my favorite right now. This is my favorite one you have in your shop right now. Well, I don't know. That's hard. She has a lot. Okay. There we go. Make sure we pull out the bottom. There we go. Alright, last part. Look how full this is. Yeah, look how full that is. That is a full wreath. And the great thing is that you can see plenty of the mesh. Okay, this is the last tie. Okay. Ta-da! Look how pretty that is. Now that is some pretty colors. Look at that. Now look how awesome that looks. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So I did not pick up the yellow because I want that yellow to be the color that pops out and makes the sign obvious. Right? So you always want some color to do that. Okay. This sign, I'm just going to do at the top and the bottom. Okay. So I just put a hole in the top and the bottom. Okay. And I'll use my 26 gauge wire. Okay. I like to use paddles because they last longer. So, but I don't use this kind on bows, so be careful not to use the real thin on bows because it will not hold up. Okay. So let's see. So this is a metal hole punch. You can get them in craft stores, Amazon. I don't know if I have any left in my shop right now or not, but they just are for sheet metal. They're often used in jewelry, so you can find them where jewelry is. Jewelry supplies are in craft stores. Alright, let's work on a bow. You know we have to have a bow. We have to have a bow. And we're going to pull in a little bit more of these colors with our bow. Because, look at that. Oh, isn't that pretty? I pulled out kind of an assortment. So you could do, I'm just giving you examples. You could do all kinds of colors for the bow. Right? And I'm not going to put all these colors together, but they're different options. I really like this one. It pulls in that green from the sign and it pops against the wreath. So we'll definitely put this one in. However, we're going to stick with some of our neutrals. Alright, so the pink and the turquoise. This is also a good option. Something like this. Something like this is a good option. We're going to put some of this in. There's not much of that. But I just pulled these out because I thought I would show you some different options that you could use. There's tons of these out right now with these different colors like this. I also have a light pink with the green and purple in it. And y'all know, it's always a good idea to work with 50-yard rolls because it's going to really bring your cost down. Well, you know what? We've got our bow dabber out. Let's just use that. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Let's start with pink. We'll start with pink. No, let's start with turquoise, because that's going to kind of pop off of that. Okay. So if you have a bow dabber and you have a mat, you could just use your mat to measure out your loops. Okay, so this is the 12-inch and this is the 0. So I'm going to go 12 inches and I'm going to pull it under because right there, that's a 6-inch loop. So you can see that's a 6-inch loop. I'm going to do the same thing. Go from the 0 to the 12, pinch it, and pull it over. So I do that because now I have something to use to measure in my bow maker. So I don't have to sit here and try to figure out where to go. Alright, so let's kind of zoom in here a little. Alright, so we're just going to measure to this. Whew, excuse me. Alright. Gracious. Okay. So 6 inches, 6 inches. Y'all, my allergies are just like, Okay, and then we'll pull this out and trim it off. So I do not have long tails, maybe like 8 inches. Okay, let's see. Kind of want to put this one in here. See if I can get one out of it. I hope I have enough for one. That's what I would like. Okay. Alright. So this is just like any other bow maker. Okay. This is what is your point at which you're doing everything. Right? You put it in. You twist in the center. And the great thing is that you can measure to the length that you already have these. Yay! There's enough for one loop. Hot dog. On the last one, you're not going to twist because your tail's going to come straight out. Okay? So see, this ribbon here is going to tie these in together. And it's just so pretty. I need more of that. I tell you, when this whole virus thing is over, I'm driving to Sims. Oh, because trying to shop online is just not very much fun. Alright, so we did 2 loops, 1 loop. We're going to do 2 loops with this. Same way we did the other ones. Okay? So measure out to where these are. So that's our guideline. Twist in the center. And I'm going to tell you, my Bodabra has seen better days. So it's not very tight in here. It doesn't matter. All you have to do is get the basic loops in there. As long as it's not coming out of the bone maker, it should be fine. Because all this really is a holder for your ribbon. Because it's just too hard to hold this kind of ribbon in your hands. Okay. I want to finish with this because this is going to be our tie. Okay. Actually, let's put this one in and then we'll put that one in. Okay. Also doesn't matter which direction you come in from. Okay. Ideally, I would have had this ribbon to put in, but I used it all, and that's okay. Okay. I like to dovetail it, it just gives it that professional finished look. Okay. Alright, so we're going to put this one in now. So we have one that's starting to tie in the sign, and then we have this one. Okay. Okay. I'll get out a zip tie. And all I do is run it over one side, under one side. Don't run it over. I said that wrong. Just start to get it in there so that the loops won't come loose. Pull it out. Okay. So you can see exactly where it was in the bow maker. So you can start to tighten it a little. So you're just doing that so that nothing will come loose before you get a chance to tighten it. You can take this opportunity to gently move your ribbon around. Okay. Alright, let's see. Now when you're putting it on your wreath, there's several different things that you can use to put it on your wreath. You can use pipe cleaners, you can use zip ties, you can use tubing, or I mean rope, deco rope. I think I have some blue, so let me see. Yep. Okay. This is actually on a stick, but I don't use them that way. I just cut them off and use them in here. Sometimes I can't find the colors I want, so I'll get it some other way. Okay, this isn't exactly the right color. I don't think I have another color. Let me see. Oh wait, I have silver. There we go. Oh, huh. Never mind, I have turquoise. That's what we're going to use. This stuff is awesome. Oh, there it is. I lost my little clippers for a second. Alright, so this one is called, see, if you get it from Sims, it's called deco rope. Sometimes it's called tinsel ties, but the item number is CVG006. CVG006. Alright. So you're going to take it, run it under the tie before you tighten it. And then really tighten it. I mean, I want to tighten it. And then, while I still have the zip tie on it, I'll just use that to hold it. If you need to use your fluff box, then by all means do that. I just tend to do better with it in my hand. I tell you, there was a time when I used the fluff box a lot. This is one of those skills that you just get better at the more you do it. Okay, so we also, you can't see what I'm doing. Okay, you also go underneath all of these ties, all of these tails, and pull them down like that. Okay, now we can cut this off. We have our bow, and it would look odd on this wreath if you just set it on this wreath because it doesn't really work, but when you put the sign on, then it works. Okay. Bye-bye, my favorite. Look, it got stuck on it got stuck on the edge. Okay, seriously. Alright. So when you're putting a bow on, what you want to remember is if you want the bow to kind of go down into the wreath, you're going to put it where the tie is. If you want it to pop up, you're going to put it where the mesh is, so right in between the two ties. So you see if you put it here, you see how it stands up? If you put it here, you see how it kind of goes down into the wreath? And it depends on what I'm trying to accomplish. If I'm trying to make it more level with the sign, I'll put it at a tie and more tucked into the wreath. Okay? Like this. Alright, now I'm just tying it on the frame. Okay. Alright. And then I'll kind of refluff my bow again. Okay, we'll curl some of this up. Okay. Spread some of these out. We want to see all the pretty colors in here. Okay, there we go. Alright, now we can go on the other side and tie the sign on. So I'll tie the sign, if I can, where the little ties are. But you want to be careful when you're tying your sign on that you're not squashing the mesh. It's very easy to do. If you tie it too tight, it will squash your mesh. So just let it kind of sit on top. So what I do is I go down and I'll just kind of tie it on the frame, but won't tie it onto the frame until I kind of get it in its right place. If there's not a tie where you need to go, you can push it through mesh, you can push a side mesh, whatever you need to do. So I tend to just push the mesh aside because these are very thin wires and they won't cause a problem. Alright, so then I'll tie it. Alright, once I'm sure it's where I want it to be, then I will go where the ties are, so like right here, and then I'll start kind of tying it around the frame to make sure there's no way it's going to come loose. Like this. Okay. The other one is right here. Alright, so I kind of tie it a little bit more. And then the signs are kind of one of the hardest parts, but if you'll just get it kind of tacked on there just a little bit and then kind of go and get it in roll. Like that. Alright, there it is. Alright, let's make sure it's on there. It's on there. See, and we tied in our bow. And we have our pretty colors going. I love it. Well, what y'all think? Do we like it? Look how fluffy it is. Look at that. See how pretty that sign is? See all the colors in it? See the bow? See how that bow is pulling the colors out of the sign? Thank you, Connie. Alright, so were there any questions that I missed? Whoops! Did y'all have any questions that I missed? What is it, baby girl? Hi. Thank you. Oh, did you take a break to make masks? I'm telling you, I was not one of those people. Sewing is not in my wheelhouse. Thank you. It is like giant cotton candy. You're right. It is. Thank you. Oh goodness. Oh, you did? Oh, how exciting. I'm so glad you did. I'm so glad you did. Oh, I see a heart for Mama. How do I pinch the ribbon? So when you have your ribbon out here, all you're doing is kind of scrunching it together like that. Just like that. You're just kind of pushing the ribbon together, almost like in what is that we used to do that stuff with? But what you want is you want it to have kind of a neat little cinch in the middle. So just like you're doing when you're doing your mesh or you're doing your poofs, you're doing that scrunch, and that's the same thing with your ribbon. Oh, it's probably just because I need to set you up, Tiffany. I'll do that after we get off here. But there was a problem with Teachable yesterday, so I haven't been on it today, but that could be it. But if you look in the group, in the announcements, there is links to the training on Vimeo, and you can always go there. So I get shipping boxes. I get shipping boxes from Amazon, Uline. I get some local. You can get them from Lowe's and Home Depot. You're welcome, Cynthia. The Perfect Tails come from Burlap Boutique, and it's B-O-W instead of B-O-U. Like a play on words. Nope, you're not doing anything wrong. But there's always a backup system. So if you have any trouble with Teachable, always go look for the links to Vimeo. Yeah. I have to have backups. Because you never know with technology, right? So, and make sure you join the Zoom calls when you can, because they're very helpful. Okay? Awesome. The sign came from Personalize It by Pam on Etsy. There is a link to the sign in the description. So, awesome. This caddy right here is from Crazy Maisie Creations. This is a doodle caddy. So if you just look up Crazy Maisie Creations on, just Google it, it'll come up and you'll see this in there. Yep. I use my general shipping box, like if I was going to ship this one, I would use a 24 by 24 by 8. That's my usual shipping box. You just ordered a whole bunch of the Halloween signs. I just put those out there. Or did you order a whole bunch of Pam's? I haven't even looked at anything today, y'all. I had a whole bunch of orders to get out. So, I was making signs today. Thank you. Alright, y'all. Well, y'all have a wonderful night. And don't forget, I'll be here on Friday doing the flip-flop kit. I'm so excited. This is one of my favorites. I really love this one. It's the colors. That's why I like it. And we will be starting to pack the blueberry and the ladybug. We'll start on it tomorrow, probably. Okay? So y'all have a wonderful night, and I will see you guys on Friday. And then, of course, on Sunday. Okay? Bye, y'all. Bella, say bye. She's scratching her ears. Okay, bye, y'all.